last time we played Deus Ex, we've done basically all the side quests there are to do in the main area. Let's go use this one. In Detroit. So I might look around and see if there's a couple other things I need to turn. I think I need to turn in a quest. Is the last thing I need to do. But other than that, we're pretty much good to go. I thought I did. I apologize. Thanks. Actually, I didn't hear the Go Live song in my own headphones, so it's usually while I'm processing things. Next time, Gadget. Let me go ahead and save here just in case there's a guy behind this wall. It's actually pretty loud. Should be clear. It's possible I've been in here before. Yeah, I totally have. Right on. Well, that's a thing. So sound effects should play on stream today, but I will not be able to hear them, so I'll do my best to not talk over them if I hear them trigger. I still have a few more things I have to fix. Turns out having audio on two different computers, capturing them both to the same device without doubling any of it up, so I can monitor that audio without it causing issues for y'all is way more complicated than it sounds. Windows audio devices are really janky. It's not set up for doing anything even kind of complicated. Alright, let's go turn in this side quest. Do we have anyone else to loot, right? Save before I talk to her, just in case.
Did you get everything? We have to get that son of a bitch, Jensen.
I did.
I think I have everything.
Excellent, Jensen. I knew I could trust you. You identified the shipment completely unnoticed, and my guys got their hands on Double T. Awesome job. What else you got?
Avengers comes out on my birthday. I'm kind of excited that we're finally going to have a superhero movie where people die, and hopefully permanently for once. They've managed to avoid consequences in all their films. Even the characters that have died, almost all have come back, with I think one exception.
Here's the weapon used in the dealer's murder. Hope you can make good use of it.
You bet, big boy. I've got a feeling O'Malley's guy will become a lot more receptive to interrogation once he knows I can pin this murder on him.
I paid a little B&E visit to O'Malley's apartment.
What does B&E
found a
mean?
stash of illegal drugs. Not much, but enough to get him convicted.
Great work. Found something else?
I managed to hack into his personal account. I think you might want to check any connection O'Malley has with FEMA.
FEMA?
There's definitely something going on there.
Good. The more dirt we dig up on that asshole, the better our chances to put him away for good. Got anything else?
No, that about covers it. I think O'Malley's plan was to start a controlled gang war between the derelict road ballers and the Motor City bangers. You might want to check into that.
Really? All right, I'll keep that in mind when I review all the evidence. Well, that's it. You did a great job. Here's the stuff I promised you. We've got more than enough to nail him now, and I want to make a move before that son of a bitch gets wise. But I ain't got no backup, and I doubt he'll go down peacefully. You've already done the bulk of the job. You want to put the finishing touches on yourself?
Be my pleasure.
It'll be my pleasure.
Perfect. My contact tells me O'Malley's gone back to his apartment. Go get him. I'll be waiting for you in the alley near the building once you've taken care of that scumbag.
Can do. Be my pleasure. I need to sell some stuff. Turn this up real quick. Which Marvel movie was my favorite? Winter Soldier was really good. Black Panther was really good. Thor Ragnarok was super goofy. Doctor Strange was one of the only movies that had a denouement that was like based on the character being smart and not just like a one-punch man who's going to win the fight type exchange. Oh, I didn't realize I could just push these now. That hasn't been true until I got the upgrade related to that, right? Winter Soldier is still probably the best one. Guardians is pretty silly. I think I like the first Guardians better than the second one. The second one was a really cool concept and had some really cool sci-fi elements, but it felt a little bit too self-aware. It's kind of what I'm worried is going to happen with Deadpool, that they realize they had this sleeper hit, and then it had a lot of like executive meddling. It's double down on Baby Groot, for example.
Mr. Jensen. Don't know why I didn't recognize you the first time. Here to make sure your treachery is complete.
Tone it down a little bit more. If you can help me with audio balance, it's going to be all over the place from game to game with the new capture card.
You play a dangerous game, O'Malley. Manipulating people, killing them. What's happening here shouldn't come as a surprise.
Ragnarok's
it's
outstanding.
an inevitable
It's very silly.
consequence.
In the end, it seems you and I aren't so different, Mr. Jensen. You too seem to consider this world only through cold, hard facts.
Whatever. I'm here to arrest you. I strongly suggest you consider a peaceful resolution.
I'm afraid I won't be able to comply, Mr. Jensen. But allow me to make you a different offer.
Save your breath. I guess I could listen to what he has to say and then turn him down. Thanks, Sarif. I appreciate it. Yeah, the thing about Ragnarok is cool is that they're like, okay, this is a comic book, so let's just be as stupid about it as possible. Like the problem in a lot of other Marvel movies where they keep undercutting any of the drama by making jokes every 6 minutes, like it feels like there's somebody that's managing that. That still happens in Ragnarok, but the whole movie is built around that concept. Instead of it feeling like it's breaking up, you know, something that's
I don't
meant to be
resent you
serious.
for what you did. You played your cards and alliances well, and it's something I can respect. Still, it doesn't mean that I accept defeat. I'm willing to transfer to you a rather enviable sum in exchange for my freedom.
I don't think so. No more games. You're going down.
So be it.
That was really funny. Achievement unlocked Opportunist. I wonder what that is. Good fight. I like the whole idea of like, I'm gonna fight you. Like, unless if he has an army of guards behind him, it's pretty much all that's gonna happen. Who needs money? I'm such a good guy. I totally didn't take that guy's money. I mean, I did break the bones of every member of the police department, but I'm a good guy. So it was fine. Nothing to worry about.
So? What happened?
He looked a bit tired and it made him grumpy.
Could drag.
Sleep now.
Sure.
All that's left to do is go in there and cuff him.
I've always liked your style, Jensen. I know I've said it a couple of times
This
already.
game has
but
tons of moral choices.
Thanks. You've done a really good thing today.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's been
The
a
lack
pleasure
of
working
tracking
with
with
you
the
again.
numerical system.
Just like old times, eh? Good luck with... well, whatever it is your cute ass is working on these days.
Cute ass. Hey, praxis point. I think it gave me a praxis... Oh no, that's just for leveling up. Okay, I thought maybe it gave me one and then also gave me XP. So... we now have 1 point. And we're getting to the point where I almost have all the progression abilities that I eventually want. Which is exciting. Then I can actually start getting, like, the hack boosts. The cloak is one that I want to save up for. The problem is I want the hack boost, but I can also get around the hack boost by just reloading if I don't roll well. We half murdered those cops. Taking down multiple opponents would be nice. but it costs 2, and I can get around not having it. I don't need the imager yet, although that would be nice in the future. Stealth information would be cool, but it costs 2. Don't really need the radar range, don't really need the detection feedback, hacking stealth. I already have level 5 terminals. Rebreather, maybe? Costs 2 though. Sprinting for longer periods could be nice. No, but I have to spend extra points to get to those. I see. I think that's the last. This is kind of a progression ability, and then cloaking I can almost use as a progression ability, but I've got the ability to jump high, pick up heavy things, break through walls. Cloak is really the last thing. So I'm going to try to save for cloak. Let me go find the gas station. Long search is over. Howdy, friend.
What's your pleasure, friend?
I want to sell you shit. So I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this. Or this. Or this. I got the machine pistol ammo is worth like, or the pistol ammo is worth like nothing. I need frag grenades. I didn't notice that I got this.
Be sure to tell all your...
Hyper-oxygenation. Yeah. I didn't even notice that was what it was called. That's cool. Oh, Chaos, we picked up those, Okay, looks like I can't use these with any of my stuff, so I'll just sell them. We picked up that melatonin. We're giving it a try. I don't know if it's helping Andrea too much. Probably just need to get her to a sleep study, but it's been helping me so far.
Be sure
You weren't
to tell all your...
kidding about vivid dreams, though. I'm always super paranoid about everything just being a placebo effect, but I almost never dream, and suddenly I'm dreaming every night. I don't remember any of them now, but I know I wake up in the middle of the morning like, what the hell is just happening? Alright, I don't think there is anything else at all to possibly do in Detroit. I think I've done basically everything that there is. Let me just review maps really quick. Let me go swing by the Limb Clinic and Sarif headquarters, just because I haven't been there in a while. And I've got a ton of progression abilities that I didn't have before, so maybe that'll get me access to some new stuff. But other than that, I think I'm basically done. Use it for jet lag? Right on. Alright, let's see. Limb clinics over here. No, it's been helping me a lot. I've been waking up rested. I still have to get back into the habit of when I wake up rested, like actually getting out of bed. Because I've gotten so used to waking up at 6 in the morning and feeling miserable and just lying there. So that's still a habit that I have to break now that I'm waking up feeling awake.
People see conspiracies everywhere. They're saying that limbs...
Cure for jet lag.
Sorry,
Interesting.
but I'm in the middle
You
of
say the
something.
police were overly violent?
I think I've already bought everything there is to buy here, but let me double check. I'm gonna try, maybe. Typhoon ammo, hypostim. Nope. All I want from you is Praxis. You should know
Lim
this.
believes in free access to augmentations for everyone, everywhere, but we still ask you to wait your turn.
Lim's a pretty great name for it, too. I think I already read everything that there was in here. Just pokey poke about the seed vault there. In this game? Yeah. I love this game. I'm gonna go way over the how long to beat estimate because I want to do everything. It's done a really good job of drawing me into it that way.
I saw the news this evening. Am I to assume that Sarif has you running around getting shot at again?
It's my job to get shot at. It's his to tell me when.
Does he feel your pain for you too?
He pays for my
I'll keep that in
insurance,
mind,
so I
Chaos.
guess he does.
He pays for many things.
Oh, nice.
His
What are you doing in
clinic,
South
for
Africa,
example,
Scarf?
could not operate nearly as well as it does without the financial generosity of our corporate sponsors. David Sarif being one of them. The same can be said of every limb facility worldwide.
You trying to tell me something, Doc?
Only that everybody myself
Her
included,
doctor warned her about
can
that,
be made
Johan.
vulnerable to
You use it too
suggestion
much.
if certain pressures are applied. As your doctor, I hope you will remember that the decision to undergo neuroprosthetic surgery must always be your own.
I'll keep that in mind.
I sincerely hope you do.
But I didn't ask for this,
As
is
you
the
know,
thing that I say.
it is considered bad business to spend money and expect nothing in return.
Did all this stuff already. Nothing else in here to my knowledge. Could do an ATV, that's really cool. Yes. The military bring you guys to South Africa? Alright, nothing new in the limb clinic. We're going to check Sarif Industries, and then if there's nothing there, we're just going to move on. I think there's another building in the southwest corner that has bathrooms in it. What is that? Charged by a rhino. Wow. That is wild. So let's check out. I forget what this building is down here. That's cool. It's nice when you can do that stuff for work. Like Andrea going to, she got invited, all expenses paid trip to Vietnam for a science conference. She's trying to take advantage of it. It's the convention center. Oh man, I haven't been here in a minute. Was there a quest here at the beginning of the game?
Better not go there, man. Unless you want to get hurt.
Explain why I haven't done anything here. Right on. All right. Well, let's explore the convention center, which I apparently didn't do.
You better not go there, man. Unless you want to get hurt.
All right. Nobody's looking at you right now, right?
Oh!
Yeah, I didn't think so.
What shit? Time for some fun.
All right. Why are you guys being such dicks in here anyway? Explain yourselves.
You fucker!
You didn't really get those dermal upgrades, huh? We'll see. I don't like spending money on traveling. Or traveling in general most of the time. Alright, I can get a little bit of meter back. Let me see if I can get my health back. At least you guys don't seem to have,
Keep running, asshole! You ain't leaving me alive!
Oh shit, I'm super dead. I wonder if I can take them all out without getting detected. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible. I can use my shotgun ammo, my knockout shotgun, but like, I need to save all that ammo for the final boss, right? I want to get way more stun gun, tranq rifle, and shotgun ammo before I feel comfortable using it at all. It seems like it's really rare. Shops certainly aren't selling it. Oh, well, I thought I quick saved before I walked in there. It's alright, it's not very far from here. Cocoon. I'm not a stuff guy. I agree with this name is lame. I also don't really care about spending money on experiences. Like, I see it as that money could go to help someone that I know that needs help, that doesn't have a safety net or something. I'd rather help my sister pay off her car loan, you know, than go travel. Because that money just ends up in the garbage otherwise. You buy expensive stuff, you experience buyer's remorse. Yeah, I have basically permanent buyer's remorse about every trip I've ever been on. It's a lot of it has to do with just me just growing up so poor. Like, it's such a privilege to be able to do it, so the argument might be, well, if it's such a privilege, then you should totally take advantage of it if you're able to do it. But it feels gross to me. This is where having that cloak power would be really nice, huh? Cloak in, knock that guy out, back out, and they wouldn't even see it. Might be able to cloak this guy. Wow. That was amazing. So what happened there? The game has a mechanic that lets you use a silent takedown on somebody if they're in a chair from behind. And I was apparently at just the right angle that it made me like clip through the wall and knock him out. Pretty cool. Alright. Well, that's the dream. I'm not gonna be able to reproduce that ever. Guys in the back's not paying attention. Yeah, it's mostly just the way that I grew up, that's all. I look at everything from an ultra-utilitarian point of view.
This is the spot, man. What's the matter? You can't hit me?
Which I know reduces denialism really quickly. So, well, in that case, you shouldn't be buying a second streaming computer. You should be donating all your money to charity or something. It's just that travel in particular feels particularly gross to me. More advanced than we thought. That's why Andrea always, every time she wants to bring me somewhere, she always goes on Facebook, and she's been going on Discord now and says, hey everybody, convince... Oh, why does it keep loading that? Is it that it wants to load the autosave? Or is my... my save's not going through? Okay, alright. It's because I'm not on this monitor. Gotcha. Alright, well, I'll do it right this time. I was tapping F5 and not realizing that the save icon wasn't displaying. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Ludifex. I tend to think about things that I purchase, like how much joy is this going to bring me over how many hours. I hear you, Yahan. We got a good plan. Andrew's really excited about Friday. We're gonna go to Albuquerque, and she wants to go to Melting Pot. I did the math on like how much Commander Keen costs and how much Melting Pot will cost. I mean, it's pretty fair for the amount that Yahan has subbed so far. So we'll send pictures from there. Let me see if I can reproduce that shenanigan from before. Nope, didn't work that time. Bummer. Which one is that, Ludifex? One of the consumer ones? Let my meter come back. I could zap one of them and then go in and just take out the other two. I'm going around the corner here. I wasn't in cover either time. These guys are unfortunately facing each other.
Make a move.
There's somebody in the bathroom, right? Holy shit. Man, bullets do a ton of damage in this game compared to a lot of other shooter-type games. Maybe he was just really close to me and got a headshot off. God, that's so problem handled. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear that. I could tell her that. I think she wanted to use some subluck hours for me to play the Link to the Past randomizer. I might still do that. Bullets, my only weakness. A double knockout skill, right? Hey, first try. Good lord. Alright, so I can move this vending machine out of the way. Looks like there's an actual reward for doing that, which is cool. Bunch of machine pistol ammo. A credit chip. So I could have gotten in there anyway without moving the thing, but that's okay. Still feels cool. It's almost like the game expects you to do the dermal upgrade. How did I never come in here? Maybe it was the guys that told me to turn around, and I was, at the time, more worried about the hostile trigger. Alright, let's check the map. Maybe I'm not supposed to be able to go into here yet, right? It looks like there's zones in the convention center, but I can't get back there. So maybe when we come back here some other time, that'll open up. Right, sir? No, I was thinking about that last session. The optimal strat is to pick up a gun, sell it, come back, pick up a gun, sell it. Ugh. Oh yeah, for sure. I actually kind of like that this game, it's not so much that stealth is a possible option, but it in a lot of ways almost expects you to do that by default. Just the way the math is oriented. Did I ever check this out? No, I've totally been up here. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Go sell some stuff at the gas station and then we can move along. So that tells me we're probably coming back to Detroit at some point. Because the value of a pistol ammo versus the value of the gun. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Because there's a finite amount of credits in the game, right? Even if you abuse that by selling one gun at a time, don't think about it. Oh, I didn't think about doing this now that I have the high jump. I guess I could have gotten up here by other means. Is there any other like rooftops that I want to scope out? Not really. I'll keep an eye on stuff. Yeah, that would be the main place that I'd be spending money, would be Praxis kits. If they had an infinite number of Praxis kits and it was just bounded by cash, assume there's a finite amount of credits in the game, and I also assume that there's a finite amount of ways to spend credits, since I don't think any stores have an unlimited supply of anything. Bribe it. Right. The only real solution. Okay. Just making sure, you know. Batmaning it up over here. It's my apartment.
That Kasanchik is right
Just
on.
regular punks, not murder punks. DRB. There was still a guy in Derelict Row that I had to take out somewhere over here. Yeah, I see him. Sick. Murder punk sounds like a genre of music. It probably is, you're right.
Keep at it. Come on, come on. reload.
Ugh, I hate the cover system. I don't know if it just doesn't agree with the guns that I'm using, but there's so many times where it shows them as in my reticle, and then I accidentally shoot the cover that I'm popping out of. I don't think I've ever played a game that's had that before. We really don't want you to play it as a cover shooter, I feel like.
Have some of this. Open wide.
Got any more reloading to do, buddy? Okay. That's everything y'all got. Nothing else is over here, it appears. Oh, there's a room I haven't been in. Saying, oh my god. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Move along. I'm not gonna stab you. I might, though. So, be on your toes, lady. Alright, hack. Obviously bigger hitboxes than they should. Yeah, that's a really serious problem, especially with the rifle. I keep thinking, man, I'm not understanding how the accuracy system works in this game, and it turned out I was actually just shooting the cover that I was popping out of. Alright, level 2.
Access
That'll do.
granted.
Take it. Careful. Rope detonated explosive, a bunch of credit chits. But I've got the heavy thing power, pistol ammo, even more pistols. You got a pretty professional little arms room in here, huh? Should have sold those. It's okay. It's alright. Everything's fine. Optimization paralysis. Probably doesn't matter. Praxis is likely the only thing I'm ever going to want to have to spend all my money on, so as long as I have enough money to always be stocked up on Praxis, I don't need to stress.
The best you've ever had.
Everything is ruined. Has anyone figured out, like, the maximum number of Praxis points you can possibly get in the game? I think somebody said that it's not possible to get every augment, right? Right. That trank rifle ammo, that'd be nice. Yeah, like, there's a... I'm really confused. You can poison this room for some reason. Still not sure why. It's an interesting question that affects... Mass Effect actually works really similarly, where there's a finite amount of XP in the game. And I think so long as you do like 90% of it, you'll be able to get to max level. Similarly for credits, as long as you find 90% of things, you should be able to buy all the objects in the game.
What'll it be?
Shotgun, machine pistol, ammo. That's it. Sweet.
Be sure to tell all your...
Tell all your friends, just not the cops. Got it, bud. Knocking shit over. That's what we do. I could see the benefit of getting the enhanced sprint, but it's a convenience feature. I think the only convenience upgrade I've taken so far is I took one inventory upgrade. I probably will max out the inventory at some point. that's not. Doesn't lead to anything, does it? Oh. A good place to hide something, though. Right. Technically not necessary, though, and that's the problem. Hey, you remember me? I murdered all your friends. It was nice. I mean, I just broke their bones. They're fine. They're sleeping indefinitely. Alright, let's see if I can find this helipad. I get super lost in Derelict Row very easily. Never use ammo, sell everything, maximize the value of inventory in areas where you can't sell stuff. Right. Yeah, no, those sorts of optimization puzzles are always really interesting. Just to think about, you know, talk about like the perfect save in Final Fantasy IX is a similar concept, having 99 of every item that's consumable, having 1 of every equipment item. And that one's interesting because it's, by definition, has to be a speedrun, because in order to get one of the items, you have to get to a certain point in the game as quickly as possible. Sells braces or splits, right? No joke. It's near here, right? It's like up there. Is there a vent that could? Maybe. I wonder if the vents on the walls like that can kind of tip you off to a path you could take. I didn't think about that before. I want to go up from here. I'm not going the right way anymore. No! I wanted a complete circle. Alright, we'll get it, we'll get it, we'll get it. I can climb up those stairs, that's just a apartment building, isn't it? Yeah. It's another way to get into Derelict Row without anybody noticing you. Just a teensy bit lost. I'm gonna think how I got in there in the very first place when we first came here. Really? That's cool, Spiky. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like speedrunning in general. There's an alternate game that a super nerd can extract that was never intended by the developers, like figuring out what's the theoretical maximum amount of credits that you could possibly earn. And you're right, it would require never using ammo, so everything has to be a non-lethal takedown. Let me ever check this out. Which means you have to maximize your battery usage. Oh, this is another way to get to the weapons stash, I think. Yes, that's what this is. Cool. And there may have been dudes in here at some point as well. Minimal A press. Super Mario 64? No, that's a new one for me. What's that about? I've been up there a bajillion times. Good job, Adam. Proud of you. Great moves. Keep it up. Six hours of intense execution followed by 3 hours of watching chow races. Those are really fun too, the speedruns like that. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Oh, is that an invisible wall? Oh, wow, it's my first invisible wall. What a treat. I didn't know those were a thing. Oh, now I do. No, I haven't. I think this is the place where I first dropped into Derelict Row, right? The one-way path. Hey, I'm glad that that worked. I was worried I wouldn't actually be able to climb into this vent here. A series of Mario 64 videos go painstakingly through the physics of the game. Right on. Oh, I remember this. And we climbed up. We just set up all these boxes because at the time I didn't have the heavy lifting skill yet. Alrighty, well, we're gonna get in there eventually. It's up here. So it's in this building. I will go ahead and accept a tip. If you guys know how to get up to the tower from inside this building, there's like a path that I'm skipping. If you would be so kind as to describe where I'm going. Instead of like saying, hey, go left. Chat delay, it makes it hard for hey, go left to register. If I keep going this way, I'm going to end up back outside where I first started, right? It was almost easier when there were still dudes here because that registered places that I hadn't been yet, you know? This is where we started. I guess I could try. No, the map isn't really useful, is it? Even while you're in here? I think I could try going to that staircase that way. Try using the map and see if that helps. What was the heavy thing that I had to move out of the way? That's not the way we want to go. Maybe it's back in that corner there? Let's try that. Try getting it through a different building, not the one that I'm directly looking at. Okay, try that. There's definitely a staircase over here. There's a door over here. Maybe it's this building. There's a bunch of floors that I can spot from here. This might be right. I can find a way to get up. I guess. Thanks, X-Gun. That was a good tip. I think this is the right way. Okie dokie, Smokey. Saving my bacon. Now I gotta go back and sell it. Now I'm not gonna do that. That's cool. Looks like I can just barely climb on that. It doesn't go anywhere, so it's not important. I did.
Mr. Jensen, your limo has arrived. You ready to leave?
Let's do it. So y'all saying that whenever the game says, "Are you ready to leave?" I'm potentially leaving behind content?
Yeah, let's
That's
go.
kind of my cue.
Great.
Detroit local. This is Sarif Industries, Bravo, Echo, Echo 008.
So I didn't go back to Sarif Industries to see if there's anything new there. That's okay, though. Pretty sure I hacked everything that was hackable. Oh, thanks for double checking, 6. And now that I'm using one mouse and keyboard for both the gaming computer and the streaming computer, so if I move the mouse off the screen like that, if it's not in focus, it doesn't accept keyboard inputs. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'll never get to go back to that area of Detroit again, right? Like, there's still stuff to explore there, like the convention center. It just means that it might lock me out of some of the side quests that were only available in the first part of the game. Understanding those sorts of mechanics in this game are really important to me.
On that factory yet?
I was only able to pinpoint an approximate area, Jensen. So scout around and look for anything unusual. I'll keep monitoring the frequency in case it suddenly goes active.
Are there going to be any more events like the one at the very beginning of the game where it's tracking how much time I'm spending dicking around? I guess, although it will, you know, be a spoiler and somewhat... Oh shit, there's already dudes here. Are they friend or foe?
I ain't gonna mess with them boys. You look like you could give them a run.
Yo, what's good, man? You looking for some new toys? I can make you a good deal.
You don't have a console.
Might be a good idea to stock up. What do you have?
Shit, son. We got some hot items right now. Check it out. What you need?
Special upgrade. Tranquilizer rifle. Oh, that's cute. Say he doesn't have a console, but that's how they could sell.
Good idea. Here you go, son. Anything else?
The stuff I just bought was dropped in my feet.
I could use some more ammo.
Tranq rifle ammo.
Good idea. Here you go, son. Anything else?
I could use some more.
That's all I need.
I could use some information.
I could tell you some shit for sure. What you want to know?
You guys seen anything suspicious going down around here?
Suspicious ain't the word, man. All types of caravans moving in and out of here.
His new costume.
They're going all out.
Who is they?
Well, that's the problem. These motherfuckers ain't consistent for real. The feds were buying up all the land from the textile manufacturers until about a month ago. That's when some started going down in this bitch.
Like the textile manufacturers kind of stood out.
Suspicious.
Word, suspicious. Something real suspicious started happening. These spec ops moved into the factory and started running some sort of major operation. They picked off my brother for trying to set up shop in the area. Rest in peace, Big Rizzle.
Yeah, rip. These spec ops still around?
Yeah, no doubt. They got a patrol unit
Adam
in the
Jensen's
courtyard,
kind of a
and they
dick.
got snipers on the roof and shit. Thing is, I saw some government vans lurking around, so it looks like they'd be moving the party somewhere else and making way for the feds once again.
Thanks.
All good. Anything else?
That's
I'm good
it.
for now.
You get that thing that dropped on the ground.
All good, son. Peace. And watch your back.
So what parts of Jensen's body are augmented? Both of his arms, his eyes, his legs, presumably. Like, just as default when you load up the game. I know that it's more depending on how you play the game, but... I should have sold all this shit. Oh well. Target leading. Examine. Spates the target's movement and shows where to shoot for a successful hit. That's cute. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought that the upgrade slot... Well, hold on. I may have just made a mistake. I thought that you could upgrade them 3 times, but it looks like I basically lost an upgrade by doing that, because I already had something on there earlier. Unless if they stack with each other, is the only other thing I can imagine. Maybe it's that they stack with each other is what they're getting at. Tranq rifle. This puzzled fanfiction writers for years.
Yo, some guy with a scope is watching the slums. Keep your head down.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up about the scope. Right. Damn, I wish I could sell stuff to this dude. That would be great. Groaning while he's jumping. What a goofball. Revolver ammo. Yay for spending all that time in Detroit getting progression upgrades. It's paying off. Don't think there's anything else interactive up there, unless if I can climb that, whatever that wire is. Try that real quick. Okay. Guess it's not a bad idea to have one of each type of ammo. Oh, it's the color of interaction, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's worth checking, you never know. What else is going around out here? Probably need to move a box and stack up to get in there. It might be invisible. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere, so it shouldn't bother. It's a non-openable door. What does our map show us? Okay. Let's just follow the perimeter and see what we can find. Nothing that can be moved. Still can't jump high enough to clear that fence. Probably not supposed to be able to do that. Oh, what's this? Credit chip. Thanks. Alrighty, off we go to the races. You can kind of see the matrix with the level layout as well. That was true, especially in Mass Effect 1. Hey, thanks for the host, Soul Blazer Mel. How is Stardew Valley treating you?
Somebody got to the corpse before we did.
That's me. The guy with the robo jaw.
We can still reconfigure. Track this Yahoo down.
It's too late for that. It's time to clean up.
But
she has the most cyberpunk costume ever. Dutchman.
No loose ends, Barrett.
I'll make the call.
So many yellow hexagons.
Malik, get out of sight, now.
Why? What's going on?
They're here. The mercs who killed Megan and her team.
Fuck.
I'm going in.
Boop. Not that boop. There's a lot of dudes here. More than I'm used to. Oh man, that cloak skill would be the bee's knees right about now. You might get a chance! There's a rule. Two characters face each other, they're gonna talk for a while. Come on. Come on. Doo-doo. More of that. Guy over there. Those are just regular cardboard boxes. They don't have anything in them. Smoking, could probably see me if I were to sneak up to him from here. Let's try this guy. Howdy, friend. I do very much look forward to getting the vision cone upgrade. I think that'll make a big difference. Make these sequences a lot easier. Expedient's the XP bonus you get for knocking dudes out, right? I think we established earlier. As long as y'all don't see each other, that's all that matters. That may have been the guy that was smoking earlier. Any sort of one-shotting? Okay, gotcha. That makes more sense. Guys over there that can kind of sort of see me. Oh wow, okay. I thought the possible visual would just make him come investigate. I didn't think that it would be enough for him to actually see me. Detected by patrolling hostiles, it'll trigger an alarm. Okay, so we don't want an alarm. I don't mind if it's like multiple dudes seeing me, but if it's a situation where there's so many guys that I can't just take them all out.
Someone hiding over there?
Alright, that also is not doable. Okay. I think I know what I need to do. I think I need to continue to save. I was using my trank ammo a lot in the opening mission until I realized that it's so rare. Maybe I'll find like a cache of it somewhere now that we're finally doing another actual level for once. Yeah, so like stealth would be nice here, the cloak, so I could just go from this cover to that cover without him seeing me, right? Be the dream scenario. I guess I'm getting melee energy back while I wait here. Coming this way, come on. Here you go. Let's go get this other guy. We're actually doing pretty well up until just that last dude that I was taking out. What does bad grab mean? Something was blocking it, maybe? This game definitely improves a lot when you have a lot of augments, which makes sense, but it's interesting to play games like this that are so progression focused, where the early game feels really slow, because it's still balanced around you having access to all these crazy augments. Bad touch, but worse. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Hi, fella. Neat. And there's no, like, separate reward for ghosting a level, like not interacting with any enemies, or is that actually a separate thing? Gotta be careful walking in these rooms. I don't have the ability to see through walls yet, so they don't show up on my radar until I get closer to them. Laser targeting system. Let's see. I can get rid of machine pistol, 10mm pistol, and the revolver. Laser targeting. Probably end up just selling. Doki. Newspaper. Has new stuff. Olympia bomb attack. A Washington State Capitol in Olympia. Gotcha. I see. They give you some XP. Since you would have gained XP if you went to the trouble of knocking everybody out, right? Makes sense. That's all that's in here, I think, right? A pocket secretary, what's that say? I can see if Johnson's meditating inside one of those disposal pods. I swear the man can be real sick sometimes. I can tell him because this place is new doesn't mean those coffins ain't seen usage out west. Gross. Disposal pods, huh? Trying to tell me something. Jumpy, jumpy, jump. I'm trying to think of another game that's like this one where the opening of the game feels kind of slow because you don't have a lot of abilities, and then the further you get it, it almost gets easier. So the difficulty curve is upside down because of the way ability unlocks work. It's not uncommon in a lot of games to just have leveling up and experience, but in this game it's more about gaining options, I feel like. It's not so much that I do more damage, it's that I have more choices now. The inverse difficulty curve is totally a thing in many, many games. Witcher 2 and 3 as well. Heavy ass container. Can't get into these windows, right? I think this is how I came in here, though. I don't need to do anything there. Is that because of an increase in options as well? Totally worth all that time getting progression upgrades, man. Before, every time I would see like a heavy box that I couldn't move and go explore around, or a jump that I couldn't make, I'd feel really sad. And now I'm just in a state of constant joy. All that digging around in Detroit was totally worth it. Might be a way I can get further up there. Box. I can't jump with a box, can I? I cannot. Okay, not even a small box? Ooh, I can with a small box. That's true. I wonder if that's a function of your strength, or there's just certain boxes that are hard-coded to never be jumpable, you know? I don't think that thing I'm trying to do is possible. Try one more way, maybe. Nope, you're not supposed to be able to go up there. Good to know. Thank you, invisible walls. Hacking. Witcher 2 Act 1 was rough, but beyond that it got easy-ish. Interesting. And that was mostly because of expanding abilities that you'd unlock. Okay, so 11111. Really? Realsies? Rude. Just gonna disconnect. Can you throw boxes? Okay, I thought it was gonna do it to me again here. Alright, so he's got multiple paths to get to me, right? Let me think about this. That was a waste, that's okay.
Access granted.
Alright, well I got the thing back, so it wasn't a waste. Frag grenade, shotgun cartridges, shotgun. I'll probably end up dropping the shotgun later. Actually, let me just get that out of the way now. I certainly don't have space for it. It's way too big. Tycho made a news post about how the tutorial of Witcher 2 beat the shit out of him. Right on. I'm excited to play The Witcher. It seems like a really important game series. It just has never crossed my desk. I have several friends who are really into it. Recommend that I play it too. No guys around here. Credits. How much were Praxis for credits again? Was it like 5,000? Just in case I find another limb clinic that sells different ones. There's definitely dudes below me here. 5K. Okay. I assume that's a fixed cost. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 10. That must be the sniper guy they warned me about earlier. Shit. Kingdom Fur. Cloak. Mm-hmm. It's so cool, all the different options they give you. So that guy would fuck my day up, basically. If I came in down the bottom, I wouldn't even have known he was up here. Hopefully when he's aiming down his sights, it changes his vision cone a little bit to be more helpful to me. Can this animation ever get me in trouble, like knock him forward so he falls off a ledge and dies? Or alerts other people? Sniper rifle, I would love to take you to sell you, but there's no way I can do that. Brings me great sadness, but there it is. I could use his position to snipe these guys with my tranquil rifle. I'm smart about it. That could totally happen. Okay, good to know. Hopefully they're like real people and they never ever look up. Or I could go down there and take them out traditionally. Or I could use the vents. I wonder if these I-beams lead to anything cool. So a lot of them are blocked. Shit.
Hello? If anyone is hiding here, you better come out.
Nothing to see here.
Easy, it was nothing.
Okay. Still gotta play it safe. You're coming with me, dude. Come on. Come on. There you go. It's one of the best stealth games I've played, and I think it's just a function of how many tools they give you. Like, I think one of my other favorite stealth games is the Batman Arkham Asylum titles, because in those games you don't have to stealth. Stealth is just a style decision. You choose to do it. It's way cooler, but if you get caught, you're still Batman. This game, there's less of the you're still Batman element. Come with me, please, and you'll see. Revolver ammo. Yeah, right. It's pretty satisfying every time. Gotta be careful of that camera. Let's see how it moves. I think you may have talked about it before. Serp, remind me what's the deal with it? Is it a game? Punching him in the chin from behind is pretty sweet too. But people don't mind seeing guns lying around. It's pretty normal. Turn off that camera at some point. Guys in that room, I think. He's up by that ladder. Oh, he's sleeping. So sleepy. In a world of pure incapacitation. Or just incapacitation. Super Mario Sunshine X Psychonauts. Like both of those things. Sounds really cool.
I heard that.
In your shit.
Who the hell?
I think he may have been hostile long enough to alert everybody else, though, wasn't he? He sure was. He sure was. Womp womp. So I think if I open the door and then immediately knock him out, I didn't know. I heard that snoring sound. I thought it was somebody in this room. It must have been somewhere else.
I heard that.
Everything's fine, nothing to see here. Turn off this camera is what I assume that is what we do. Hey, more energy packs for my cool knockout shotgun. Was I only able to get one of those in the police station? It's fighting, suspect in custody after a bomb attack. Joshua Corbin. Computer logins are always the number of the workstation you're using. Oh wow, it's a password that's not 4 digits. What kind of world are we living in? Fix. Probably doesn't come in this building, right? Mm-hmm. Guess I could use the window to try to zap him. I could probably sneak up to him just the same. That's gonna get me. I may as well just nuke it. Nice.
Access granted.
First try. Parker, don't forget to make a daily sweep over the asphalt near the bus parking. Oh god. Oh, how did he... Oh, he saw me while I was on the computer. Shit, man. Alright, well I gotta take him out first. That's right. Time still moves while I'm hacking. Sounds like they're hinting at some kind of cool secret, though. Hacking system works by bending light. I feel like any system will end up including some sort of invisibility stealth, even if it doesn't make sense in the rest of the lore just because it's cool. If I took him out here, camera would be able to see his body. This might be a good use of the rifle. So give me marksman instead of expedient, even though I think it's still counted as a one-shot. Make sure the camera doesn't pick him up here. Okay. Oh, this is the special power? Actually, I want to reload and see how that works. Hold on. It's a good opportunity since there's an enemy nearby. activated. Like you would still die. Yeah. One of those things where it's like we love this idea of being able to knock people out. Non-lethal takedown. It's not really realistic. That's cool. That's a neat mechanic. Let's try hacking this guy again. Do for free.
Access grant.
Sweet. Just over the asphalt. Might not have any detainees yet, but you know those blue-collar bus drivers. One of them busted tires, right on a rusty nail. Episode 9 tonight. Gang activity. I've been seeing more and more of those augmented gangers encroaching on our security perimeter. Keep it up, and the general public may get wind of what's really going on here. Jackie's be in touch, give him whatever help he needs. Construction and maintenance staff will be required to vacate the building until the time as Code Green ordinance is announced. Clear your barracks, take personal items with you. Interesting. Yeah, tranks are most effective if injected directly into the skull. Exactly. Cool different ways I could sneak into this room here. I wish I could disable a camera by, like, getting up on it like this. Might still be able to take it out with a weapon, though, right? Given that there aren't any enemies left over, I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, I don't have any. I've been careful not to pick any of them up. I might be able to pick up something from inside the room I was just in. So, I need to get like an EMP punch. That makes perfect sense. How much space am I looking at? Very little. I might just have to deal with it. I'll just deal with it. I guess I could try, just for funsies, using the, Come on, dude. Using the stun gun, just to see if it takes it out. It totally worked. Perfect. Alright, well, I can do that. That's good to know. I think I'm safe to explore this area. All the dudes that were here are now taken care of. I think I will want to use an alternate gun in the future, since this ammo's... Oh wait, no, it didn't do anything. Shit. I thought it did. It made a little shocky animation and I got all excited. Womp womp. Potentially walk directly into the camera. Maybe it takes it out temporarily. I feel like I didn't see the little green lights on it anymore after I shot it. It did disable it temporarily? Okay. Good to know that I'm not totally crazy. No way to take it out permanently outside of finding a... Oh, there's not... There used to be more ammo here. That's interesting. Oh wait, no. I'm just crazy. Good, good, good. There's still a guard out here somewhere. Take those out in a second. It's a cool zone. Lasers might be my only way in there, huh? Maybe not. I know there's a guard here. Credit chits. Whoops. Went to go hit save and almost could have turned around and saw me there. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh. Doo-doo-doo. Everything's fine, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Turn around, buddy. I'll probably end up going back out and disabling the alarm anyway. Bye-bye. That console in there, I think, will turn off the camera. Let's chill. Same one we already read. Tranquilizer darts, fantastic. Nuke virus. Boxes. Energy bars. Let's do it. Spaxor. Okay, so there is 1, 2 loot boxes. And the central server has 2 paths to get to me, so I should ultimately hack both of these. No trigger. Okay. The loot box is right there. Now's the time to try to fortify. Now, let me trigger these first. He already got to that one fast. Holy shit. Now, if I get the loot while I'm in there, if I, like, capture a node, I don't actually get to keep the loot until after I get out, right? Yeah. Actually, since I used some software there, I'm gonna get it back really quick. Just gonna use that to try to re-roll. Have to make it to the exit in order to keep the loot. Gotcha. Yeah, I might consider like 10 my 0 balance on software and then just kind of freely use it until I get down to that. This one I should try to do without spending software. Okay. You can get a nuke. Since these ones launch basically instantly, I'm trying to decide when I want to fortify. No, not now.
Access granted.
Whew, but now I'm close. Alright, so deactivate, deactivate, and that's it. So the whole turrets and robots, like, that opens up if I spend the points on being able to access those parts of it, right? But I risk detection whenever I go to any of the spam or clearance things, don't I? That's why I usually don't bother with them if they're not on my main path. There's AUX for turrets and robot access. Okay. Which I think a lot of the places I've been to so far just haven't had turrets or robots yet, right? Noise. There's more stuff I wanted to do downstairs, but let me see what's up here real quick. Oh, okay. This is just back where that sniper guy was. Right arm. Sniper's probably able to one-shot me without any dermal augments, right? given that pistol's gonna take me out in like 2 hits. So we got into that door before. I think that's how we just got in here. Snuck in with the vent. That's how we took the guy out. Then there's a laser wall not far from here. Like they let you disable it from both sides. Yeah, wow. Fortifying makes a really big difference. How much they get slowed. It's very nice. Thanks for continuing to, like, really remind me about that over and over. I think it took like 4 or 5 times. It was like, hey, you should try fortifying stuff before I kind of got how it would work. But it's all based on doing things coterminously, right? Trying to activate multiple things at the same time. Moving through it as quickly as possible. Is it easier to do with a mouse and keyboard? And you just click on the nodes really fast and just activate Fortify? It's a little tricky on a controller. It took me a while to get used to when it accepts it and when it doesn't. Camera's already off. I'm just making a quick pass of the floor to make sure I didn't miss any loot. Use multiple keyboards at the same time. You gotta bring in somebody else to type on the same keyboard with you, right? That's how you know it's for real, for real. Better on Xbox. I can imagine if it just lets you click on stuff, then it might be quite a bit faster than with the controller. Okay, that's everything I want over here. Hacking on the same keyboard. I believe the thing they say that they're competing to see it be as stupid as possible. They're all pretty tech savvy. Okay, pretty sure there's nothing up here. I think we're pretty good to jump down. What happens in NCIS, sir? Oh, there's another vent down here. So much ammo. Oh yeah, I could have dropped straight down, so this would have been my direct approach to get to the exit. Oh god. I haven't seen an MMO episode of NCIS, so it's miserable. Definitely seen a lot of procedural crime dramas that screw up video games. I don't know if I've seen a crime drama that's gotten video games right. Nobody look at this glass elevator over here. Nobody's suspicious sneaking around inside of it.
Prichard, patch me to Sarif. We may have a problem here.
Wonderful.
Adam, talk to me.
This factory, where the hacker's signal originated, it's got FEMA signs all over it.
Oh my god.
It's some kind of internment.
Dude, they got some classic New World Order FEMA internment camp conspiracy theory stuff in this game.
FEMA?
Bilderberg
That's
Group.
impossible. Half of our contracts are government issue.
I know, but the soldiers who attacked us are here. And from the looks of it, they've got access to some pretty impressive equipment.
This is a cool...
I better make some calls.
This is a pretty classic sequence, the elevator ride as you learn more and more things.
Find out who's giving the orders and get back to me.
To then Bioshock Infinite as well. Praxis point. Okay, so I think I want cloaking. The only other thing that might be progression related is the breather. Toxic gas and gas grenades. Are there any gas grenades that just knock dudes out? Because I could see the benefit of, like, wanting to throw those at my feet or something and not get hit by them myself. Just making sure there's nothing else I possibly want right now. The exposition Vader. I got one earlier. Gotcha. Brain capacity. I feel like this is going to be more helpful. It's not mandatory for progression, but it's going to be really nice, especially since the subsequent upgrades each only cost 1. Smart Vision is going to be great, and being able to see cones of vision, last known location, the range at which the noise I produce travels, oh, those all sound really good. Mark and track would be neat. But I have to pay 3 to get the cones of vision, don't I? I open with just noise feedback, which is kind of nice. No, I think I'm going to take cloaking for now. In order to process the EM patterns of the local environment on a moment-to-moment basis, the glass shield cloaking system utilizes a neural link to the user's brain, which drains bioenergy. 3 seconds. Probably need to get more batteries eventually, especially if I'm going to use... Oh, I got a ghost upgrade. That's cool. Well, that's the first time I've seen that little icon on the right side of the screen. To press a separate button to activate it. Target and range. Oh, I see. Shit. Oh, that's expensive. Good God. Okay. Hey, robots for the first time. Maybe being able to disable those would be worth it. Metal Gear? Blitzball? Don't want to screw around with that robot. Killing robots doesn't count as, Oh wow, I'm getting some heavy vibration force feedback on this guy. It's like a Boston Dynamics robot. How cute. I'm guessing it can detect knocked out dudes, so maybe getting the upgrade to let me turn off robots. I didn't realize what to expect from robots. What is that? Capture... It'll cost me a total of 2. Still have to be at a security hub to do it, right? So the one that I saw earlier probably doesn't count for these guys down here, right? The one that was upstairs. Can't do a silent takedown on those guys, I take it. Super jump up there, man. Rocket launcher. What they want me to use that for? How many spaces do rockets take up? Not too bad, it seems like. Let's see where they even are. 2 spaces. Do-do-do.
Get over there, confirm.
Hello? Anyone?
Oh, it saw me in time. They must have like nano machines or something where they can have automatic communication with each other. Because like he goes hostile, and the second he sees me, everyone else responds. That's the MGS4 explanation, right? Alright. Robots turning around. We really need to get the disable robots. I didn't realize how necessary that'd be. Like, that doesn't seem like a big deal. No, it's kind of a big deal. Does it give you XP for turning them off? I like how they made them look like the Boston Dynamics robots. It's actually believable. Turn around, dude. Turn around, bright eyes. I'm talking about this Dutchman character. XP worthy thing is hacking the hub. But don't you get XP for killing the robot, I assume? Rocket launchering it?
Enter combat.
What? Enter combat? Oh, because that's a glass door? Whoops. I think it counted as actually seeing me there, though, at least. Let me load really quick just in case. I'm a little concerned about the enter combat comment. If it sees me, does it automatically trigger an alarm? Is it like basically a moving camera? I'm tired of listening to the sound of my hawks. This guy didn't turn the corner last time, so probably fine. I might be able to use cloak. I'll think about it. He can still hear me though, so I can't just like walk straight up to him with cloak. Maybe if I sneak, I don't know. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Turn around. There's another guy around the corner over here. Try to get him post haste. He walks pretty far away, doesn't he?
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers, kiddies, because we are evacuating this dump right now. On your way out, you may cross paths with some FEMA personnel just itching to get their barracks back. Leave them the fuck alone. Some of us may have to deal with them again one of these days. You just never know. In the meantime, make it quick and do it quiet, and we'll all meet up again in Shangri-La. Got it?
They're gonna see me. I'm so screwed. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, okay, that's a turret. Good to know. Rayon. Bright eyes. Okay, I have different plans for my life now. Let's not go after that other guy that patrolled away. Let's explore over here first. Move this dude somewhere else, maybe. He was dabbing. Enhanced eyes. Even in death, we dab. I think you are kind of supposed to don't think just go that room. Yeah. FEMA death camps. All kinds of conspiracies afoot. There's a camera right outside this door, right? I'm puzzled. Where is this camera? There's a console for cameras. Turn it off. Okay. Wordy. Wordy. That's good. You can go on two paths here. Sweet, I now have a free exit.
Access
Sweet. No problem. Deactivate. Open the doors. Hey now. Typhoon ammo, rockets, concussion grenades, shotgun cartridges. Thought that said FedEx. Oh, I need those inventory slots, man. I can't just run and go find a shop during these missions. How does anyone live their lives? Stun gun and trank darts. That's totally what I need in my life. Alright, so there's a freebie node down there. Well, shit. Who saw me? Across the path there? Man, you guys are really good at seeing through windows when you just suddenly decide that you want to be able to do that. Yeah, the whole, like, freaking out about FEMA internment camps is very common conspiracy theory fodder. It's like, chemtrails. I don't know if people were talking about chemtrails when this game first came out. I'm just gonna try to speed hack here.
Access granted.
Crouch, crouch, crouch. We got in. We gotta chill for a sec. In case a dude looks at us. That's the guy that saw us last time, I think. Maybe try to sneak out and take him out. He's a sniper, maybe? Hey, thanks for the sub, hey Clover. Nice. Welcome. Saw me again, son of a bitch. Go out and try to take him out so I can actually read what's on that console. I heard sub hype play. You guys didn't hear it? It's weird. It must have played on... I don't know how I heard it, but y'all didn't. That's super strange. Can't even really begin to guess. I'll have to research it off stream.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all...
Already hostile. The other SFX work fine, right? Because you have to be able to hear them. Otherwise you wouldn't have heard Gone Live, or Go Live. That's just sound effects.
Ding, 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 ding.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers, kiddies, because we are evacuating this dump right now. On your way out, you may cross paths with some FEMA personnel just itching to get their barracks back. Leave them the fuck alone. Some of us may have to deal with them again one of these days. You just never know.
I can try triggering it manually and see if it works. One sec.
I'll meet up again in Shangri-La. Got it?
Must have something to do with OBS. That's my only guess. Alright, hold up. Thanks, Hey Clover, for the subscription. Y'all hear this? I don't. Imagine that I'm pointing in time with music. I could take that guy down, but I'm concerned with...
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Think that hit him? Whoa! Oh, I didn't know that there was a dude walking up next to me there. Shit. Must have been after the guy's conversation ended. What are the silliest pair of conspiracies? It's an interesting question. Yeah, it's like, conspiracy theorists have a bit of an issue in that they're sort of in a situation where they have to accept all conspiracy theories as being equally valid. It's hard to tell somebody why their conspiracy sucks and yours makes sense.
Some of us may have to deal with them again one of these days. You just never know. In the meantime, make it quick and do it quiet, and we'll all meet up again in Shangri-La. Got it?
Pay closer attention to the dudes that are leaving the room. Ones that spotted me before. Come on. Can't have you getting detected. Oh, I wish I could sneak further into that corner. Bummer. Saw me that time. Ha. I think I definitely want to take that guy out, but I'm not sure who all is detecting me all the time. This is a really big room. I'd really love to read that console. I guess I could go into the console, quickly look at everything, print screen it maybe? Really wish I could try to read this camera while crouching. Okay, well, however that's supposed to work.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers, kiddies, because we are evacuating this dump right now. On your way out, you may cross paths with some FEMA personnel just itching to get their barracks back. Leave them the fuck alone. Some of us may have to deal with them again one of these days. You just never know. In the meantime, make it quick and do it quiet, and we'll meet up again in Shangri-La. Got it?
Where's the camera? It's further down that way. Okay. Definitely dudes that like turned a corner last time. They like came up the stairs and saw the body.
Over there! Hold it!
Oh, okay, they are coming up the stairs. Okay, I think I know how to approach this. So I need to get that body and I need to immediately pull him off in the opposite direction. I think it should be doable. There's just so many things that can see me here. I could try to start using the Trink gun too, I guess.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers. Converge on...
Oh, I thought that guy was already facing away from me. Alright. I guess sometimes when you load, it doesn't put you in exactly the same state you're in when you quick save. Hide bodies. Thanks, loading screen. Good tip. Part of what I want to do here is I think I want to delay his little conversation as long as possible, which might be doable. Oh, he's already talking. No, he wasn't. Okay. So if I just barely don't step out, I don't trigger the event flag that gets the guy to talk. So I can trank the couple dudes. Maybe try to find where I can turn off the cameras. The cameras are the big problem right now.
I'm gonna go check on it. Therefore, I'll let you need backup.
Did that not count? Really? I bet you I'm hitting this frickin' banister here. The hitboxes on environmental objects in this game are pretty frustrating. Not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. And I bet I can get the guy on the other side, too, if I ever manage to land this shot here. I feel like he responded to that. There he goes. Alright. Last shot didn't land. Really have no way of knowing at all. How does this shot leading thing work? Like if I get it in the circle, then it's more likely to hit him or something? I can't afford to be using 3 points of ammo on those guys. Alright, one more try, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really confused on the trank rifle. I don't know when dart has hit them. I don't know the maximum amount of time I can wait to know whether it's hit them. I don't really understand how the mod works. I keep hitting parts of the environment. It's a bummer, basically. It seemed like that was lining up with the thing. Alright, that worked. What? Did he... That time he died in the path of a... He went down in the path of a camera that time. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Alright, well, let's abandon this whole trank rifle plan. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers, kiddies, because we are evacuating this dump right now. On your way out, you may cross paths with some FEMA personnel just itching to get their barracks back. Leave them the fuck alone. Some of us may have to deal with them again one of these days. You just never know. In the meantime, make it quick and do it quiet, and we'll all meet up again in Shangri-La. Got it?
I'll meet up again in Shangri-La. Really need you to come around this corner, man. God, he keeps getting stuck on the box. God damn it. That one is... this is an interesting mission. This is super interesting. That time I'm just trying to drag him back to my base and he just kept getting stuck on the box. Alright, let's try going the other way maybe. Just for funsies.
Listen up. Operations here are over. That means gather all your toys and diapers, kiddies, because we are evacuating this dump right now. On your way out, you may cross paths with some FEMA personnel just itching to get their barracks back. Leave them the fuck alone.
Camera right over here. No, I guess not. I don't know where that camera is. At this point, I feel like I can just blitz to the goal, right? There's just too much going on in here for me to try to take everybody out like I want to. You didn't see anything? Everything's fine. Nope, I'm not hiding anywhere. Nothing to see here. Come with me. Come with me. Oh my god. Come with me. Oh my god. Before the camera turns around, buddy. You're going in the vent, friend. That's where you're going. See? Look how cozy this is. Nobody can see you. Everything's great. That's all we ever wanted. Alright, back to the video game. Jiminy G's. Heck, let's see. So... there is a loot thing. Try to do this without getting detected on the first pull, right? Okay, cool. Now, I want to trigger both of these guys for the best.
Access granted.
Preparation for the arrival of our mutual friends. Please make sure code on top secret tied to your internal hard drive and delete some files from your computer before 2400 Saturday. Manderley, second time in 6 months. What the fuck? Ah, cool. Right on, right on. Got a nice little base of operations now. All those guys at the bottom have spread out. Just needed to wait for them to spread out, I feel like. More workstation passwords that aren't just a 4-digit code. That's always cute. There's multiple cameras here I gotta worry about. I'd love to find the camera station. Actually, I feel like that should be my primary task here. Maybe it's that A room over there. Try this. Nobody saw me doing that. That's very nice. So when it says that I get 3 seconds, is that just based on how many batteries I have? Like, would that 3 seconds be higher if I had more than just the 2 batteries? Cheap pistol. The other way I could have gotten into this room is just taking the vent. Okay. Very good. Well, now I know. It's 3 seconds per cell. Oh, okay. That's better than how I originally read it. I thought it just meant it was 3 seconds flat. So when it gets to be 7 seconds per cell, that's really long. Okay, so I can't get to the server this time. Sweet. 21 seconds. Easy mode.
Access granted.
Sweet. National Preparedness Department is issuing an emergency evac ordinance at FEMA station in Michigan. Yep. Second time. Told you everything I know. I have no idea what these special forces are doing here. I don't intend to ask why. That's pretty crazy. So that's a really good reason to invest in additional batteries then. Let's see. These are two different computers, aren't they? No. Okay. Never mind. I was puzzled. It's possible that this room isn't as bad as I thought it was. Still not great, but... You really don't want me to get into that room. It's unnecessary, but just trying to do abundance of caution here. And I can turn it off partway through to stop draining energy, right? This is totally the camera room. Fantastic. Watch them. They can totally see me, though, while I'm hacking, because I have to stand up like a nerd. I'm trying to get here. Thanks.
Over there! Hold it!
Okay. I could use my passcode on this one, or I could try to take out the guy that's right outside. How do I want to do this? I want the XP from hacking. I want it so badly. I want whatever the node is in there, too. That's the dude that spotted me earlier. I'm glad I didn't go straight to him like I was originally planning, because I didn't have enough battery to take him down if I wanted to. Hey, bud. You're the guy who saw me, right? I hope so. Alright, well, I think I'm going to keep putting future praxis into Cloak for a while, because I imagine even just having one more point in it is going to make a pretty big difference. Rifle ammo. He's the guy who saw me, right? Just checking outside if there's anyone else looking around that could potentially spot me. Maybe that guy, but I don't think he patrols all the way over here, so let's just give it a try and see what happens. I saved.
Access granted.
Wasn't too bad. Let's turn them all off, please, for the love of God. Awesome. No more cameras. Make my life way easier. Also, multiple places to hack the alarms, it looks like. Oh, wow. Couple options here. Should do this one first so I can fortify it in the future. But we're okay.
Access granted.
Sweet. Perfect. How are we doing on Praxis right now? 1685 to get another point? Okay. Do they usually put, like, full points of Praxis in the middle of dungeons or missions like this one? I assume no. You get the guy that's across the path here. Can't see me. That's the original guy that I kept taking out that kept triggering dudes. That's pretty satisfying. That's pretty satisfying. Cool. Alright, I don't think there's anybody else up top here. So I'm fairly safe. Whoa. What the hell just saw me? The turret gun saw me from down there? It was really good detection algorithms. Alright. I need to get that vision cone upgrade. How good is the vision cone? Like, anything I need to spend 3 praxis to get it? Does it show how far it extends? Like, where it ends? This is already triggered, right? Okay. Yeah. 3 just seems like a lot. You Rambo'd it. Where'd you put most of your points, sir? The alert range, but not the suspicious range. I think that turret down there is looking at me now. It totally is. Okay. Gotcha. So I probably want to just shoot that guy. Or come at him the other direction. I don't know if there's a way for me to avoid that turret. Other than to spend the praxis to be able to disable turrets. Health, energy, and offensive augments. Gotcha. Just avoid him for now, I guess. What are the other powers that I can activate with the D-pad other than cloak? Like, what are the other augments that possess D-pad slots?
Jensen, that frequency we tracked just got a burst of activity. I think these guys might be pulling out.
Yeah, I've kind of been getting that feeling. Any idea who's running the show?
They're using some kind of code. But from what I can gather, the guy giving the orders is still a level below you.
Nice job, Prichard. I'll find him.
Silent move. Oh, you have to turn on silent movement. Interesting. You have to proc both that and the image stealth. Right on. Yeah. You have to get a bunch of batteries, it seems like. How much do batteries cost? Or even is that? Let's fortify. Oh, here it is. I'm just blind. Extra energy cell only costs 1. Speeds up recharge. I might want speeds up recharge, actually. Smart Vision's one. And I thought a lot of those were passives. That's really interesting that they're not. Reload speed. It's getting harder to dump stuff now. EMP grenades I could see being valuable. Use up 4 spaces? Reload speed upgrade. Okay, so this is where I'm worried that those things are mutually exclusive, like the other upgrade that I have. Maybe it's just I can keep upgrading the reload speed as much as I like. Hold on. No, I still have the power. Okay, so it doesn't take up a slot. You're just trying to get that value to be as high as possible. I understand. So I could potentially also upgrade rate of fire and ammo capacity. Well, no, ammo capacity it doesn't give me as an option. I have one of those. Can't do laser targeting either. 3 slots are for unique upgrades, like the other one that I have that lets me trail an enemy. Gotcha. I think I get it. Three right at the beginning. Well, I guess I've got some disconnects I can pop. Sweet. Okay. 5 for spam. I needed to get to this node. Basically to get to that node, so I may as well use nuke on it. Oh, that slows down the network trace. That's cute. Try to get as many 1s as we can here. Cool. He's got to go through here, so I may as well start the fortify.
Access granted.
Oh, I didn't get to the last one in time. Whoops. Got confused. My bad. Oh, ammo capacity is how much is in a clip or a magazine? I see. I thought it was maybe how many total... That doesn't make sense, because total ammo you're carrying is tracked by your inventory space, right? That makes more sense. Some credit chips in here? Anything else of interest? Hypo stims that I wouldn't use. Are there any penalties for using drugs like the painkillers? They just give you bonus health and that's it. No downside. Pocket Secretary. It's not your fault. You can predict the extent to which one man would go to ensure his assets stay loyal. None of them died. What are we talking about? Okay, well that's the mission exit, so I can maybe try to explore a little bit from here before I pop through there. No enemies in the area. This game is really good at making it not obvious where to spend your praxis, right? Like, I feel like I played a lot of video games that do a really poor job. They have it so that there's often a really obvious first choice. Game it pains me to pick. The standard bathroom layout. The green dudes in that room. I don't trust green icons. First took it to mean that they're allies, but had them turn bad many, many, many times. I guess we'll see what happens if I just pop in there.
I thought you were in a
Man, they left us one hell of a mess. Those vents must be rat-infested by now.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Cool it, guys. Orders are to pull out, but I can't leave without my stuff.
Yeah, right. Getting into the barracks requires a security code. Tell me what it is, and maybe I'll let you through.
Yeah. What's the passcode, pal?
7984, asshole. Now back off or I tear you two stooges another.
Hey, a use for a code
just make sure you
isn't undone by hacking.
Before you leave.
Oh, that's sweet, Leon. Cool. Oh my god, I have no space for any of this loot. I haven't played Luminous in a really long time. Probably play Mark of the Ninja on there too. Worm. Any room for combat rifle ammo? Sniper rifle ammo. Try to figure out like the credit density of different kinds of ammo. Pick one to stick with. I guess I don't know what the rate of drops are going to be in a given area, so maybe that's not super duper helpful. These guys are going to leave me alone now. This is a special room. Yeah, I really appreciate them throwing every upgraded bow now and then. Someone just see me? Didn't I not just hear someone say that's far enough, get back? Or am I hearing things? It's like when you have a baby, right? And you keep hearing phantom crying. Didn't trigger an alarm or anything.
Just make sure you clean it up. I know for sure it wasn't here the last time you guys left.
Funny smell coming out of the vent back there. Appreciate the heads up, dude. Duder. It's supposed to be the venti vent. I see lasers. Oh, this is the ground room floor of the area that I was up on the top on earlier. Excuse me, sorry, I had to cough. It's loud as hell, you know, no biggie. Let me see if I can get to the guy that's on the other side of this door. There's a turret down here too, isn't there? And cameras. Maybe I haven't been in this room. Oh, there's cameras. I'm super screwed. Yeah, let's not do that again. That is not a room that I want to try to sneak into. I think this mission is teaching me to learn my lesson that I shouldn't be trying to take out every guy. Maybe once I have, you know, 28 seconds of stealth cloak and the ability to turn off the turrets. Not right now, though. It's just not happening. Too aggressive. So I've got one level 5 and two level 5 loot nodes. Shit. Might have to be the one that I spend my... I got a 50 credits of sellable ammo on them. It's more about the XP, man. Only so much praxis I can get. Come on, dog. I guess that one takes forever for them to get to me, so if I screw up the first one, go ahead and spend my auto hack. Or I guess, I don't know, I could let it detect me and then use the stop worm to try to start fortifying, since it's already got a really long way to travel to get to me anyway. What was this? Here we go. Okie dokie. Let me review the path it has to take to get to me, so it sends those two out. Ah, but if I let it start coming after me that early... God, this... Screw this level, man. I may as well try to fish for the first roll. where's the other... There's two of them after this node here. Now's the time to start fortifying. There we go.
Access granted.
Cool. Right arm. It's interesting. It's like you would only. There's almost no reason to hack that because the vent is right there and it doesn't even. It's not even like hidden. There's the guys that talk to you like, "Oh yeah, watch out that vent. Keep hearing the sounds of rats coming from that vent." Alright, I think it's about time to just progress the quest here. Maybe I can hack this thing. I'm guessing they don't care.
That is far enough. Get back.
It's gotta be them, right? Who else could it be? It's really weird. Maybe they're just warning me that they see me hacking their shit, and if I don't stop, they're gonna come attack me. Alright, I'm just gonna call it. There's more XP I could get, but, a lot of guys that have to fight in the process. I feel like I'm full on my inventory, so it's really just XP that I'm giving up. It's gonna be okay. Gently knock them out. Yeah. I need to go back to Detroit and knock out everyone in the city, right? Just seems correct. I believe I haven't done that already. Be cool if you could actually get somewhere up there with that. Those are invisible walls. There's not actually anything in any of those places. Good to know. This is a nothing room? Okay. Very little of anything in this room. Yeah. Chest-high walls in a hallway. I'm very concerned. Maybe I'll have to deal with stuff on my way out of here. Given the number of chest-high walls everywhere and total lack of enemies. Oh, was it a boss fight? Right on. Was it long hallway?
Here, we got us a Boy Scout.
This game is better about
He must
not
be the one who mucked up my operation at the morgue.
Every source of cover being an enemy.
Get rid of him, Barrett.
Oh, that's gonna be a pleasure.
So this is where the director's cut made changes to make it possible to do encounters like this without needing to use combat. He's guaranteed to be hostile here, so I didn't do anything wrong. Let's see. I have 1 point. I could spend it on battery. I could spend it on more cloak. Oh, can I not melee him? Oh, that's cool. I could mess with stuff up here. Well, he didn't get to me. I guess it was right below me. Alright, let me load real quick. I think I understand what's happening. That's exciting. So I guess if it says alarmed, you're okay. It's only if it says hostile that you don't get the ghost bonus. I got it for the mission before that as well. Probably why I was able to get a praxis point out of it. You don't see shit, buddy. Stealth camouflage. I can use hacking to fight him. That's pretty great.
You know, son, this is just the way I've always liked it. Mano y mano. One on one. This is where the rubber meets the road, boy.
Access grant.
Figure out what door I just opened. Maybe that's the stealth way of fighting him, is to get the door to open and then leave. That's funny. No, he doesn't show his hostile anymore. That's cool. Maybe I can move anything out of this area, huh? Doesn't look like it. I don't see him down in the main attack area. This must be the door I opened. Save again.
Access granted.
It's pretty cool. Get all this loot and stuff. Concussion mind. Yeah. Oh, I see. So I could turn these on. Just goes back into the main area where I was fighting him earlier. That's cool too. Right arm, right arm. This is really neat. I've never had a boss fight that has this many options during it. Assume he's just walking slowly around looking for me or something.
Access granted.
Stop worms, very nice. So presumably this is an alternate option that I could have hacked in here instead. It's a terrible Metal Gear boss. Not nearly enough monologuing, right?
Access granted.
Stop worm back. No doors. 2 different ways to turn off the cameras, I guess is what's happening there. Why isn't he his spouse? Talking about his childhood. Right. That's how I first got in here. Now, you can go ahead and answer this question. Do I still have to fight him? Like, whether it's non-lethal or what, or am I able to, like, leave without having to use any abilities on him? But I've seen a couple things that I could do to maybe take him out non-lethally, but he still has to die. Okay, gotcha. But I can just get a bunch of resources to help with that, basically. I understand. Thanks. Potential of the gas canisters. Now, are those knockout gas, or are they like kill him gas? And I'm not allowed to melee him at all, right? Or can I if he's not hostile? I see. I don't know how he saw me. Can you use takedowns on bosses at all, or no? I thought maybe I could like sneak out and exit the level. That's what they were trying to get me to do. I have to use my weapons for it. That's why they gave me so many of them. Or am I supposed to be able to melee him here while he's stunned? Yeah, I just used all of my shots on him, so that can't be what they really want me to do. The hell was that? It's funny. Alright, let's see if I can try... Email. Huh. Anyone have a guess here? Does this only just temporarily... I have the energy to be able to punch him, but it doesn't work. I think I try to lead him to something else, maybe, but...
I'm gonna break you in half.
Like nothing is happening when I'm doing that. That's pretty cool. The stun gun is still draining his health. Oh, I thought that when they made the whole point of the director's cut is they made it so that you can defeat him without a lethal weapon. Is that not the case? That's why I've been trying to do other stuff to him. Just generating an opening for you. I look around and see if there's something I can do in the environment to take him out. I can use those gas canisters maybe, I don't know to what end just yet. Turned off all the cameras, that didn't really help me at all. Could use the turrets to kill him if I had the praxis for it, which I don't. But... you can fight them indirectly, not that you can non-lethal them. I see. Thank you, this name. You still have to kill him. Okay. See, that's what I didn't understand. I thought maybe I could get away with not actually having to kill him. Non-lethal weapons do drain his health. There's no benefit then to using my non-lethal weapon ammo, which is so precious, right? I may as well just, like, kill him traditionally. Use up all of this lethal ammo, or lethal ammo that's all over the place.
Come on out, No, I don't need to see you to kill you. Come on.
Yeah, that works. Howdy, buddy.
Stings, doesn't it?
Okay, I think I have a plan for fighting him now. I understand better what's happening. I can just move these around, but I can't hack them directly, that makes sense. Oh, you can throw them at him and they'll explode if they touch him. It's good to know. I don't even need to use any ammo against him. Wonder if there's enough of these to be able to completely take him out. And that would work a little bit better if I had the rebreather, right? Because then I could just walk right into that. Thought he had another... Oh, those things are working, aren't they? No, I think I still have to hack them to get them to work. I can unlock them, but I don't think they shoot him at all. Should be another gas canister. Cool. Alright, I think I understand now. Thanks for clarifying, I was really confused. Hey! Look at all those times we totally shot him with melee weapons and didn't just gas him to death. I guess at least in Metal Gear Solid 3, like, they blow themselves up after you knock them out.
A few questions to ask. Your leader, the one who called you Barrett. Who is he? Why is FEMA sending you after Sarif Industries?
FEMA? You think FEMA gives a rat's ass about some rinky-dink biotech corporation's company secrets? You got worse enemies than FEMA.
Yeah, like who?
Chuanli has a huge sword, no idea why.
Get to Shanghai. Hengsha Court Gardens.
I can see that being a big source of frustration from like fans of Deus Ex. They take so much care to let you do everything your way, and then you have to do the boss fights their way. But at least they give you some multiple options there. It's like the original game didn't have the gas canisters or the turrets. You pretty much just needed to use lethal weapons.
They see you.
No, I was flying dark in case it got hot. You all right?
I'm fine. Patch me to Sarif.
I'm getting you out of here first. Get to the LZ. I'll pick you up there.
Okay. You did have the gas canisters. Oh, so it didn't have like the area up top to turn off the cameras and some of all that extra loot you can find all over the place. Right on. I like my super long cloak. I think I'll need to spend one more praxis to have it be really stupid long. It seems like the move silently is not terribly important. Sneak isn't that slow. I guess you would use it so you could sprint silently, right? It's the LZ. Hey, merchant dude. How are you today?
Yo. What's good, man? You looking for some new toys? I can make you a good deal.
No turrets, no upper area, no extra canisters.
Might be a good... I could...
Don't actually need any of that shit. Thanks, dude. Later, dog.
You ready to get out of here, Jensen?
You know it.
Yeah, take us back to Sarif Industries.
None too soon, if you ask me. Strap in and hold on.
It seems like the Ghost XP bonus is pretty significant. It would be nice if they gave you an additional bonus for not interacting with the guards. You know, kind of make up, because then you can be like, well, I'm just going to knock out every possible guard and not get detected in the process. But I guess I only got the ghost bonus because I didn't screw around with that room with the turret. Maybe if I had had the praxis point to be able to turn off the turret, I could have tried to trank dart them from above. Hi, Ben. Here's Ben. Cat cam. So hungry.
Jensen, I need to speak with you. Meet me in your office right away.
I'd love to, Francis, but I have to debrief Sarif first.
I suppose you could, or you could hear what I have to say and see if that doesn't change things. Prichard out.
Interesting. Why would it? Prichard or Sarif? They've definitely given me a reason to not trust either of them. Prichard's waiting. Okay. I guess let's talk to Prichard first. This is where I gotta start just knocking out all the Sarif employees for the precious XP. No one can see you. Hard to resist doing that. I'm the good guy. This is where we found that loot way earlier. The guy that was stashing stuff. It's the way I just came. Can't move any of the vending machines. Makes sense. I'm used to having all these NPCs around that I can like just walk in front of.
The same hotel that was concurrently hosting
I'm really interested in what the theoretical maximum number of praxis you can earn in this game is. Because you'd have to knock out every character in the game. I mean, a concussion grenade's still on the floor in here, that's cool. I've already been in all these offices. Let me just do a quick pass and make sure there aren't any that are showing as...
You've got to be kidding me.
Ooh. Really? Seriously? Alright, well I think I have to turn off the camera to be able to do it. Maybe I was worried about the camera. I feel like I've been in that office though, right? Is there a vent entrance? Yeah. Make sure really quick. Is that the most significant change in the director's cut? Like as far as adding new content? Like new stuff in the boss fights? I've totally already been in this office. Oh, it includes a DLC as well. Right on. Is the DLC like post-game missions? Or is it stuff that you're supposed to do before you beat the main game? Hey, dude. I guess I already have them all turned off. Maybe I can't turn them all off.
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRB territory. It's been active for almost a year.
You're telling me someone outside this company has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time. But whoever designed this particular algorithm is good. Very good.
You've told Sarif?
See, here's the thing. The intrusions were possible because of a backdoor access into our security system that I never even knew existed.
The one Sanders' team used to get inside our plant.
I've worked here for 7 years, Jensen, and this is the first time I've seen that particular access route. David Sarif created it specifically to bypass the firewall. He's hiding something, and I think you should find out what it is.
Interesting.
Because, as far as I can tell, Sarif created that access and was streaming a lot of data through it shortly after your ex-girlfriend suggested he hire you.
Interesting.
Don't you have some investigating to do?
Yeah. I got another Praxis, so we know where we're spending that. Four Praxis for 14 seconds of stealth is pretty nice. So what's the other M10 here? Front Sarif about the security leak. Okay.
Excuse me.
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into you, Mr. Jensen. Bill Taggart.
The founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarif's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I feel like that genie's out of the bottle.
This is your first day back since the accident.
What are they going to do about everybody that's already augmented?
Sir, we have to go.
What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of unpleasant memories.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Taggart, but it was nothing I couldn't handle.
I'm a psychologist, Mr. Jensen. I know when a man is hiding behind words. The flesh may heal.
When does Mankind Divided take place? Is it after this game but before Deus Ex 1?
Keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
I'm curious about something, Mr. Taggart. What is it you hope to accomplish by coming here tonight?
I would think that would be obvious. Your company has been viciously targeted. The violence and bloodshed that's occurred, it must be stopped. But I'm afraid it won't be until men of wisdom and understanding come to an agreement.
About what?
About the future, Mr. Jensen.
I didn't know the Deus Ex one was that far in the
technology
future.
threatens to change the course of human evolution, to redefine what it even means to be human. You think governments can afford to let that go unregulated?
You can't stop progress, Mr. Taggart.
Perhaps not. But neither can we afford to sit by and watch it happen on its own. Not when we have the ability, the collective will, and foresight to influence it.
I see. Thank you for illuminating me.
Anytime. I'm glad we had a chance to talk, Mr. Jensen. Meeting you has been very informative.
You're Taggart's aide, aren't you? Dr. Isaiah Sandoval, isn't it?
No need to play ignorant, Mr. Jensen. I am quite sure you have a file on me that's as thick as the
30
one you
years
have
is still
on
pretty
Mr.
far.
Taggart.
You're an outspoken activist in your own
I thought it
right,
was going to be
Dr.
like 5 or
Sandoval.
10 years
When you have
difference.
seen the things that I have, you find you have no choice but to stand up and be counted. Frankly, I am surprised an ex-cop like yourself isn't more disturbed by the dangers of this technology.
Augmentations help a lot of people, Doc. Handicapped, war
25
vets.
years.
Yes, but at what cost? My own friend had his life ruined by these so-called enhancements of yours. A man much like you who had no choice but to become augmented. Yet once he was... Too much power can make you do terrible things, Mr. Jensen. I suggest
These
you
two
think long
guys
and hard
both
on
are
that.
using the freaked out.
I'd like to hear more about your friend, Dr. Sandoval. What exactly did he do?
Nothing.
Was he injured in the Gulf?
He went on a rampage in a shopping mall, if you must know. Hoping to be gunned down by the police, rather than face a lifetime battling augmentation addiction.
He was addicted to augments?
They don't talk about it in those corporate brochures of yours, do they? Neuropathy dependency, rejection psychosis. Any number of physical and psychological ills have resulted from this technology, and yet we rarely hear a word about them.
I'm sure the literature is out there.
No thanks to the throng of corporate lawyers attempting to stop it.
Your friend, did he succeed? Did he suicide by cop?
No. Bill Taggart talked him down.
Real shame what happened at your factory tonight.
I am sure you are very busy, Mr. Jensen.
Yeah.
Athena, you've been at this company a long time.
I hope that's not a comment about my age, Adam.
No. But I know
No, it's
why
not.
If Sarif had done something that could compromise us.
Mr. Sarif has only the best interests of this company in mind, Adam.
I'm not questioning that.
Aren't you? I've been here since the beginning. I've seen how he built this up from nothing. He cares for his people. He truly believes what we're doing is important, and he would never do anything to jeopardize it.
Sure.
No, you shouldn't have. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy.
Okay. What a goof. Alright, Mr. Sarif. You have ulterior motives? What?
Boss, we need to talk.
That's a shock.
Is something wrong?
Oh, cool. I love all
I'm
the
not
new
sure.
analysis
Did you set up a
things.
private access route to bypass the company firewall right before you hired me?
What?
Prichard said someone's been using it to access our system since before the first attack. The security measures he and I set in place never stopped them because we didn't even know the loophole existed.
Oh, I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now. But he's wondering why you never
That's
mentioned
cool.
Frank's paranoid.
Like everything on the
Adam.
screen.
You know that? Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Prichard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it too.
definitely
as
alpha.
an ex-cop, I guess you would. But the important thing is you found the hole and plugged it. We're secure now. And the information you uncovered in that FEMA facility may actually help us track these guys. So let's just stay focused on what's important.
Changing the subject.
I want to, believe me. I want to catch these guys as badly as you do.
Love that you're watching his eye. That's really cool.
For every security crisis we've had, including today's. If you want me to stop these guys, I need to know what kind of data they've had access to.
You're right, you're right. I'm sorry if I seem evasive. The truth is...
Oh, cool. Persuasion level going up. That's cute.
I'm trying to secure a future here for all of mankind.
So this is like a boss conversation, is why there's so much information on the screen. It usually just gives me personality type.
Want to see me fail? No, you're my best warrior, Adam, and I trust you. I know the loyalty you've shown me will only continue as we take this fight into the future, because that's what's really important, isn't it? The future. Adam.
Oh, you have a time limit? I didn't realize that. Okay.
Whoa, don't get me wrong, boss. I'm not questioning your leadership. I'm just concerned that the data you streamed might have been compromised, accessed by the hacker who attacked us. If so, how do you suggest I handle it?
I see. I guess I hadn't considered that. But I still don't know that you need to. Your concerns about the data being compromised?
Nice.
Won't really be an issue as long as we stay strong and work together as a team.
Just an interruption.
That's all I've ever tried to do here. Find the best, most qualified people I can, and bring them all together so they can complement each other. Now, Megan understood that. That's why she suggested I hire you in the first place. To help this little family of ours survive.
Influence.
Boss, I really don't understand why you're giving me the runaround. When you hired me, I said I'd give you the best I could, but I can't protect us if you keep hamstringing my every move.
Is that really appeasing?
If you won't level with me and tell me what it is you're hiding, then I'm out of here. I quit.
Adam, wait. You can't leave us. We need you. Now more than ever.
Like all the stuff he's got on his monitors in the back.
All right. Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been
Why was I fired from SWAT? Or they haven't told me that.
Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam, you'd better be sure.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes the past should stay in the past. Once you see that data, you can't unring the bell. When you're ready, come back and talk to me. We need to discuss our next move.
Oh, really? The police receptionist would have told me more about that? Wow. Silver tongue. That was cool. I like the idea of a boss conversation. Alright, so I can't do anything else now, right? Like, did he just send me something that's in my apartment, or is it worth me talking to him immediately about the other thing? I didn't even realize it was the receptionist when I knocked him out either. Like, I was like, I gotta knock everybody out. want to make sure I don't need to do anything else before I talk to him. Here's some Ben really quick. Okay, gotcha.
Here, this is for you. It's a corporate passport encoded with your biometrics. I've set up a false flag routing, which should get you to Hengsha Island without any problems.
False flag routing?
You're sending me to China? What about FEMA?
FEMA's got nothing to do with this, trust me.
Corporate passports.
Better luck in China.
How can you say that? I saw the bastard who killed Megan pulling his men out of that facility. I left one of those men dead in its underground storage bay.
I know that, Adam.
The one guy that I guess I killed a bunch of people in the
opening.
So I
also know that before he died, that man gave you an address in China. I want you to check it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Adam. There's a reason this company's under attack. You think it has to do with the typhoon or with some other top-secret military project that I haven't told you about?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Sarif Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution.
Human evolution
Can't
leading
you see
to a
how
human
scary
revolution?
that can be to some people?
Sure. I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going.
I'm excited to go to China in this game. You can do some really cool, like, cyberpunk stuff in Asia.
You have your orders, Adam. Meet Barrett.
Cool. Okay, let me make sure I don't got anything else I want to do in Detroit. So, again, this is a spoiler, but I guess I'd just like to know the answer. I'm guessing I continually return to Detroit throughout the game because that's where my apartment is. So stuff that's in Detroit, unless if it's an immediate side quest that can get locked out, I'm not going to permanently miss. I don't need to like really make sure that I've been everywhere. But I'm guessing that I only get one chance to go to China, like any of these other missions that I get off on the helicopter for, right? I should be sure I'm done with China stuff before we leave. I'm going to leave, actually. Go sell all this junk that I bought. A lot of stuff that I got from the last mission. Oh, it's another hub? Are you able to move freely between hubs? I don't think there's anything else to do in Detroit. I think I have done. I have tapped out Detroit. Other than to go sell all this stuff really quick. I can't move freely between them. This didn't seem like the kind of game that would let you do that. So then what happens to my my apartment? Like if I have loot that I stashed there, I only get it back when the story eventually returns me to Detroit? That's what I'm puzzled about.
Oh man.
Should have picked up more combat rifle ammo. That's actually worth a decent amount. I guess so's the revolver ammo. And the rockets. I want to hold on to the EMP grenade. I can maybe see that being valuable.
Always a pleasure.
That works. Like to specific areas. Am I ever coming back to Detroit after this sequence? I assumed I was, but maybe that's an improper assumption. Alright, I'm really enjoying this game, obviously, and I don't want to miss out on any content because of the point of no return. The game seems to be pretty good about, what's the word? Telegraphing when that sort of thing's going to happen. Okay, we sold all the stuff we need to sell. Don't need to do any more dicking around in Detroit. So they give you a lot to do here so that, oh, maybe you can do half the quests before you go do that first mission. And then another half of the quests after it. Nope. We just stopped everything to explore every nook and cranny, completing quests way too early. Just go to the helipad, that should be fine. Oh, I can check my computer for emails? Like in my office or in my house? Or either, they're the same.
Hey, honey.
Both are the same emails. Okay, thank you. $1,010 until the next praxis. Okay, sweet. I have the coolest office. Oh yeah, this is the thing that he said he was going to send me. Run the Genevieve Labs, run the test off the records like you asked. Is the subject? No. Neither of his parents are his birth parents. What? Mother was sterile. Interesting. Probability of parentage 0. Right on. Finally backtrace some of Margie and Arthur Jensen's past. Desert Storm buddies turn security consultants to have certain records pulled. Period of 8 years, Arthur relied on the insurance policy of his then employer, White Helix, to pay for his wife's medication. 1 minute Adam doesn't exist, and the next the Jensens have themselves a bouncing and healthy 5-year-old. Okay, I should be reading these in the opposite order, but that's fine. Psych eval following the SWAT incident with the augmented teen. Look at the folder. Doesn't paint a pretty picture. It mentions the problems with authority figures, a disregard for the chain of command, anger management, and PTSD. Evaluation reads like fiction. I'm thinking a pissed off superior wanted Jensen off the force. Had the evaluation worded to read like that just cause. Oh, read like just cause, I see. Most of the rank and file I spoke to respected and liked him. Thought he was this real straight shooter even though the SWAT incident soured his reputation. That's cool. That's a neat way to make it so that your backstory doesn't contradict the character you're playing, because they add a lot of uncertainty
Athena tells
to
me
it.
you spoke to Sarif. Did he happen to tell you why he made us look like idiots?
I'm handling it.
Thanks,
You can
Eternus.
imagine how
Good seeing
relieved
you.
I am to
I'm
hear
really
that.
enjoying the game
I'll
so
tell you
far.
what, while you
To a
follow
fault.
any lead Sarif spoon feeds you, I'm going to do
Just
what I
not
should
caring
have done in
about
the first
how
place and
brutally
backtrace that
boring it
signal.
must be to watch
your
me
pride
solve
talking.
these sequences and
Still,
knock
get
every
back to me
guy
if you
out.
find something.
It's fun to me.
You meant when?
Pretty sure I didn't.
So Jensen is kind of sort of an orphan. At least he doesn't know who, I guess his parents would still be alive, but we don't know who his real parents are. He popped out of nowhere. He might be more important than just being Mr. I didn't ask for this. Go. Thanks for the reminder about checking the computer. It totally slipped my mind after the second conversation.
I don't know about you folks, but it suggests to me that
I was just excited about doing the dialogue boss fight. Now, if I had gotten enough praxis to buy the social upgrade for the very first conversation with the terrorist dude, would I have also had all that stuff with a little personality meter and the list of their personality traits and things?
Hey, Jensen. The boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hengsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
I thought I was.
Oh, there's a warning there.
How long is this gonna take, Malak?
I didn't read it, though.
The flight or the fun afterward?
Probably saying
Don't
it'll be
worry.
a while before
We'll be
you
there
come
before
back
you know
to
it. Climb in.
Detroit, would be my guess. Hey, Ben. So hungry. He's very angry, too. Tell. Kitty Fury. Okay. It'd be really hard to do the game without any points of no return, I guess.
Jensen,
Even like
you might
Mass
wanna get
Effect,
ready.
most of the game
Jewel of
is
the
a hub
Yanks,
that you can
heard
return to, but the mission levels you can never go back to.
Son of a bitch. I'm supposed to find answers in
Whoa! Hey, twice the scum and half the space. Hang on, we're
That's
going
pretty
in.
cool. It's like a Midgar.
The address you got off that Merc, Hengsha Court Gardens. It's a bit of a
Big
walk from
plate.
here in the Yuzhou district, but I figured it might be best not to drop you too close.
You know,
In
before
case
you go to
Barrett gave
Zimba?
up the address,
I got like
knowing
5
I'd walk
minutes.
into another trap.
What's up?
Can you
It's the
go
kind of
check
thing I'd do to an
the
enemy.
package mail?
You want my
I'm expecting
advice?
something from my
Just
mom.
find out who lives there and get out.
I can, but USPS sends me a thing every day.
She might have done FedEx.
Oh, if it was FedEx, it came to the front door.
Oh.
Sorry, 1 second, guys.
Maybe it'll get here tomorrow. Lisa apparently already got hers.
Arrived at UPS facility March 20th.
The hell is that? Where is that? Let's see.
It's expected March 22nd.
Oh, okay. That's tomorrow. Why does it say Foot Locker?
I don't know. That's the only thing I have from USPS that's scheduled. Otherwise, it would be at the front door. But I can check anyway.
Wow, Vietnam trip planning has not really. Well, I guess I looked up
We'll talk about it tonight.
flights, and if you fly to Ho Chi Minh City, they're only about $1,000. And then if he wants, then he's gonna come on the tour with me, which is another $1,000. And then another $1,000 for me.
No. Let's no. No.
I have to think about it.
No. Does everybody in China speak English now in the future, or does Adam Jensen just speak Chinese and we're hearing it as English?
Hey, mister, you think you could go in there and pretend to be a customer? It might break up the fight.
Give it a try. Oops.
Told you, I am not getting augment. Not
Oh, augments for
Our customers would pay more
prostitution?
for the services of an augment. May.
It's
You're a
messed up.
customer. Get to work. My apologies, sir. I was not aware May had a client.
They'll speak English with Chinese accents.
You're not a customer, are you?
What makes you say that?
The way you move, your attitude.
And what's my attitude?
Police. Or soldier. Someone on business.
No.
So why are you here?
I heard your argument.
I think we can make it work.
They want me
We'll talk
to
about
get
it later.
augmentation.
Alright, I mean, that is about
For the
how much I
customer's
spent on
pleasure.
bringing you
It's
to
sick. I quit before I ever let them touch me.
Sounded like they don't consider it an option.
They don't.
It was
I am
probably
lucky, I guess. I've been here
less
the
than
longest.
what we spent on Nepal.
It has
Nepal was a
advantages.
vacation for both of us.
But the new girls,
I didn't have
they're
work.
not so lucky.
What do you mean?
They are forced to get augment. It's very bad.
One of the girls who work
I
here.
recognize some of these
Ning.
animations.
She has been gone for days. I fear they took her and
Mass
will
Effect.
force her to get augmented.
They don't quite
You
turn
seem-
the face and move off the
You
screen.
seem like a good man. I am desperate. Please, can you help? I can pay you.
Jahan was joking with you, Eternus, because Game Sub 07 is the one that he wants you to vote for. You are not alone voting for Nier.
You keep referring to them. Who are they?
The Honghua Hotel used to be independent. In the past, we had a deal with local police for protection. And because we ran a clean and safe business, they looked the other way. But then, things changed.
What happened?
Bell
You guys hear
Tower
the kitties? They're
become the
yelling
police in
about
Lower
it. So-
Hengsha, and they not care to help us. So, a drug lord came in with all his men and took control. Things has never been the same, and we cannot do anything about it.
Why do you think Ning has been kidnapped?
Before, we could always
course he
refuse
moves.
augmentations. But more and more girls got them, and it brings more money. Now they force us to do it. They won't even hire purebreds like me anymore, because they're not as
Purebreds.
popular.
Is Ning one of the pure
This
breeds?
game is really cool.
Yes.
Good setting.
Oh, well, I hope she still is. They started pushing for her to get augments. She said
It's like he
no,
knows he's
even
on
when it
TV.
gets violent.
Alright, I gotta go to
Now
Zoom.
I
Have
fear
fun,
they
Zumba.
lose
Bye-bye.
patience and will force the operation. Ning's not the first, and she won't be the last.
Isn't this a job for the police?
The police leave Lower Hengsha to Bell Tower, and Bell Tower not care what happens if criminal pay them money. They don't care about my friend or any of the other girls forced into the sex trade.
It's really interesting. I like how they're exploring the... So on top of me really enjoying the mechanics of this game and dicking around and doing every side quest and opening every box and selling every gun, I also really like the lore. And it's just we haven't had lore in like 10 hours because of my dicking around. So I'm excited to be back in a lore center for the game.
What do you need me to do?
I heard the girls are drugged and taken to a place somewhere in Dagong district. There, they're held until
Please
the
don't knock
doctor
Mom
comes.
over.
I wish you to find this place, to find where they're holding Ning.
No,
I hope
Eternus.
it's not too late.
Never played any Warcraft game. I played World of Warcraft for a while in Wrath of the Lich King. But I've never actually played Warcraft, and I'm bad at RTS games in general. Watch some of my Red Alert 2 playthrough.
Okay, I'll help your friend.
Thank you. I knew I was right
Red Alert
about
and
you, Mr.
Jensen.
Myth of the Fallen
Mr.
Lords.
Jensen. I
Which is
fear
more
this
like a
little time.
micro game.
You must find Ning before they leash her with augments.
Leash her?
Yes, they call it that. They leash their
Mm.
girls with augments to keep them
That's
under
messed
control
up.
by supplying neuropazine. I do not
cool,
know
though.
where they keep Ning, just that it is somewhere in Dagong district.
A specific location would help.
I tell you, I do not have one. But there is a bouncer here, Chuanli. He works with these people. He will know where Ning is. He goes to the roof to smoke often. Look for him there. You might be able to convince him to reveal the place.
Can do.
Anything else you can give me?
Yes. The men holding Ning. They most likely work with local triad gang here, the Harvesters. If you look for some of them around, maybe you find Ning better.
Got it.
Okie dokie. Smoking. I wouldn't call what I do to RTS games playing. Right. No kidding. Alright, we walk into town. We already got ourselves a side quest. That's very nice. Break into people's apartments. Catch them banging. Oh, cool. Hey. Okay. So... Wait, can I actually get to this one in this level? I don't see a one-way marker on it. Guess I probably can. Oh, I guess so.
Access granted.
And that just automatically captures all of the bonus nodes. Alright. Alright, I got another Praxis already. Sweet. It might be time for a battery. What else would I save for? Oh, I did? Right on. Smart vision. Cooldowns. Don't really need that. Flash suppressant. Seems cool, but I don't really need it. Don't need the thermal armor. EMP shielding's kind of cool. The reflex booster I want eventually, but not right away. Run silently I don't really need. Sprint faster could be cool, I guess. Don't need aim stabilizer. Definitely don't ever want Typhoon. I could just go ahead and get the rebreather and get it over with. And then I'm basically done. That's the very last progression upgrade. And it might not always be necessary. You know what? I think I'm just going to do that. I want to be done with progression upgrades so that I can happily start getting more batteries and hacking upgrades and sneaking upgrades and cones of vision and that sort of fun stuff. So,
Stop right there.
howdy, they were totally mid-banging. Guess I don't need to load if it's just two dudes. I'm not going to get the entire facility to aggro on me, right? Electricity armor. Which one is that? That's the one that's under dermal upgrades? Hold on, let me find it again. This guy. EMP shielding. Oh, I didn't notice the and electricity, so that lets you move over electric fields. Okay. Well, I guess I could take that. Let's see. It would cost me a total of 3 to unlock it. I'm banging with clothes on, right? Yeah.
Hello. I heard you.
You said you heard me. You guys weren't doing anything in here, right? She's just like calmly washing her hands after that. It's funny. Smart
Jensen,
card.
you lost or something? Didn't think it would take this long to check out one apartment.
I took a detour. Tell me something, Malik. You think a smart card with a Tai Yong Medical logo on it will come in handy in this town?
TYM, the global leader in augmentation technology. They put up almost half the cash to build this city, so maybe. Why are you asking?
No reason. Just thinking ahead.
It's cool. So I could have gotten in there by going across the balcony, and I can drop down. Oh man, so many alternate paths. Sweet. Even good sex can be ruined by a partner. I haven't heard that before. That's pretty funny. Here's our bodyguard guy.
Shove off before I shove you off.
I'm here to see you.
Uh-huh. What about?
Ning.
Open the phone book. Plenty of them in there.
Your friends are
It's pretty
holding
alpha
her.
to me.
I can make it worth your while if you tell me where.
Worth my while? Yeah, maybe. Let's see some credits first, the tough guy, and then maybe I'll tell you where to find her.
I gotta make sure she's okay first. She'll be a lot more valuable to me and you if she's alive and in one piece, if you know what I mean.
I get it. Smart businessman you are. Okay. I'll tell you. They're holding her on a small side street just off the open gutter in the Daigong district. But listen, I didn't say anything, right?
Thanks, dog. Didn't have to spend any resources on that. Right on. What does EMP usually do to me if I don't have the shield against it? Does it, like, drain all my battery or something? My bioenergy? Okay. Well, I guess that tells us that most of these characters are speaking English. But it sounds like he has a Google Translate log, though, since it told me what he said.
That has to be the lamest come on I've ever heard. Now get a life.
我不会说英语。
你不是当地人吧？是吗？对不起。
He actually didn't say that. He said, Nibujer Dao, which is you don't know. What? Shema.
Keep to the crowded areas of Lower City if possible, sir.
How can I help you?
Help me? Shops. Scrambled screen stopped you from using logs. Right on. Hey, drink darts. Nice. Okay, and that brings us to time, folks. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll give you guys a heads up on what's coming up for the rest of the week and next week, if I can get it up quickly enough. And I know why sound effects are being janky. I can fix them for tomorrow. I think once and for all I can fix them. Fingers crossed.